Natalie's Blooms came about through a growing passion in gardening, and it quickly took off to the point where I've now got nearly 90 clients, which is just quite overwhelming really. Didn't expect it to take off as well as it has, and I've now got 3 people working for me, or at least one of them will be soon. So there's 4 of us now, which is just amazing, and I'm still hoping to take more on. The reason for this video is to sort of share my vision for the future of Natalie's Blooms and the whole sort of ethos behind, you know, what I'm wanting out of Natalie's Blooms really. I'm not one of those gardeners that dash in and out of gardens doing lawns in 20 minutes and moving on to the next house, to the next house, to the next house, and you don't even really know the name of the client. The idea is that I, you know, spend a couple of hours at each person's house, not just doing their garden, but being a friendly face, having that communication, a conversation with people, and sometimes that's the only company that they have for perhaps for the week, you know, and it's nice to build that relationship up with people, and you do get word of mouth and good recommendations as well via that, but I think in some ways the relationship is more important than the gardening for me, because there's lots of elderly people that live on their own, where, you know, they are absolutely thrilled when you arrive, and so it's really nice to be able to provide that company as well as helping them out with their garden. My vision for Natalie's Blooms is for that to continue to grow, so that it becomes a really reputable company within Stoke-on-Trent and Newcastle, where people know that we are reliable and good gardeners, that will do a good job, that we're thorough, we don't leave gardens in a mess, that, you know, we really do a good job at hopefully what you think is a reasonable price, and that we don't just dash in and dash out. You know, we are committed to your gardens and making a good job. So, you know, my vision is for lots of people to join my team so that we can cover as, you know, as many people as we can across the city, not just for a financial gain. I mean, obviously I would benefit from that financially, which would be amazing, because it's hard to make ends meet at the moment, isn't it, with all the rising bills, but just to be able to provide a reliable and trustworthy gardening maintenance service for people, because I think, you know, letting somebody in your garden, you want to be able to trust them and know that they're not going to pull your plants up and you know, they'll pull out the weeds rather than your favourite perennial or something, you know. And I just you know, I'm really overwhelmed with just how much it's grown, and I really hope that it will continue to grow and that we can provide a really good service to people across the city. And I've got just over 20 people on the waiting list now, which I'm really hoping to get through soon. And each year it seems to grow and grow. You know, when I think back when I started doing 3 days a week, and, you know, I had a small amount of clients, to what it's grown to now. I mean, my weeks are jam-packed, where I'm having to do Tuesday evenings and Saturdays quite often as well, just to try and fit everybody in. And I'm now considering putting my daughter in after school clubs as well some days, to try and fit in more people in a day. It's really quite overwhelming really, just how much it's, you know, it's grown. It's quite phenomenal really. And the fact that I've got you know, 3 people working for me as well, it's like I never even thought that I could do it myself, let alone have other people working for me. So it's just well, mind-blowing really, and I really hope that more people can join the team. I've had a few people inquire about coming to work for me, and whether that'll come about, I don't know. But if there are people watching that is interested in working for me, that would be absolutely amazing. Also, the vision for Natalie's Blooms is to inspire other people to get outdoors and perhaps do your own bit of gardening as well. And I've got a group, which is where I put when I do my own garden, or put pictures of flowers on that I've taken from the garden and stuff. But I also put things on there if I'm doing cuttings or something, putting seeds in pots or whatever. I'll put it on there to hopefully inspire other people to do the same. And being outdoors really does help your mental health. So if you're thinking about working for me, then I can guarantee it will help you with your mental health. Absolutely, 100%. It's amazing to be outdoors. But I also want to encourage people to give gardening a go yourself, and just get out in the garden, and just it's all trial and error anyway. Just go out there and enjoy yourself. I just love being outdoors and listening to the birds, on the flowers and stuff. It's just lovely, and the birds singing. So if I can inspire other people to get outdoors as well, then that's absolutely amazing. And I hope also to get connections with local churches, or other projects where we can encourage people to have perhaps do some lessons on gardening with kids, and setting up beds for children's groups and elderly people's groups and stuff like that, and to really branch out and sometimes offer voluntary hours. At the moment that's completely impossible for me, but I have in the past given up hours to plant trees, to sow wildflower seeds, to garden at my local church and stuff like that. I love volunteering my time to do that sort of thing, because it's going to benefit the environment. I don't have the man hours at the moment to be able to offer volunteering, but I do also recommend going to a garden, because I used to volunteer at Dorothy Clive, and they're desperate for volunteers there. So if you're interested in gardening, I would recommend trying out skills there, and just learning some skills. But yeah, in terms of Natalie's Blooms, I'd love to be able to offer more to help with the environment, like planting trees and sowing wildflower seeds, and making the city greener. And I'd love to partner with councils to do doing a project in alleyways, and making tidying it up and weeding, and putting plants there instead, and making it a really nice, thriving place for the residents and for the local wildlife. So it's not all about making money. It's about making the city a happier place, for people and for the wildlife as well. And I thank you so much for all those almost 90 people that have are about to use us as for the gardening, or have been for a few years now. It's coming up to 2 years nearly now that I've been going for, which has gone very quickly, and I've loved every minute of it. It doesn't really feel like a job at all, going out there. I just absolutely love it. It doesn't feel like a chore. I mean, obviously a rest is a good thing, and I don't get a lot of that at the moment. But I'm hoping if more people join my team, I might get a bit more rest, because I have got so many clients I can give to you. It's unreal. But yeah, I thought I'd just share my vision about what I'm about. I've got a passion for the outdoors, and for promoting it for people, and just getting more and more people outdoors. And by going to people's gardens as well, doing their garden, you're encouraging people to want to be out in their own gardens, because it looks nicer and they want to enjoy it more, and that inspires them to do a bit themselves. I'm all for helping get people out there doing gardening. Happy to share gardening with you, and people that work for me, I'm happy to share my knowledge and give you the training that I've done, and help you to develop yourselves. And I often give tips on my group and on my YouTube channel as well. So anyway, I'll stop waffling now, but yeah, I thought it'd be nice just to share my vision, and goodness knows where I'll be in a year's time if things continue as it is. It's just, I'm just so overwhelmed and so happy to think when I started this business I'd be where I am now. I wouldn't have dreamt it, you know. It's just amazing, and I couldn't be more happy. So yeah, thank you to everybody that's made this possible.